Okay, hi. So if you have not seen my I'm suing my teacher video, I would highly suggest looking at that now. I will put a link. It's either here or it's here. I think it's here. I'm just gonna put this hand up too because it might be here. And if you have seen that video, this is the update. Just to remind you of the video before, basically my teacher was very hostile towards me and I was like, what? And then after that, I'm pretty sure he failed me on purpose. And that's basically what that video is about. A lot of people have asked me, like,
did you talk to him, or like what happened like after you posted that video and you actually went back to school? Like what's going on?
And here are all the answers. So, did I talk to him after we went back to school? No. I did not bring it up. My dad we talked about it and he said, my dad just kept telling me like there's nothing you can do about it basically. Like the grade is in the grade book and it's gonna stay like that. And I really took that to heart and I was like, you're right, like there's really truly nothing that I can do. And so I never brought it up. I would never talk to him, we didn't talk, and that was that. But he would still just be so mean to me. Like he would just like call me out on things in class that he shouldn't be calling me out for. He would just give me like looks and things like that. But I just let it slide, I just let it pass, and that was that. Last Monday, I'm pretty sure, we were in class and we were going over a quiz and I missed 2 problems on the quiz. I missed 2 problems on the quiz and he was going over the problems that I missed because a lot of other people missed it as well. And I was looking at my friend's notes because we were comparing notes to see why we got it wrong. And he stopped his lecture in the middle of everything and he looked at me.
You had to have been in class, hon.
And I sat there and I said, okay. Okay. And he said,
don't talk back to me.
And I said, all right. And I was very confused. Last Friday, I went on a trip to Linnea Theater Festival, and it's in Folsom, and it's an all-day trip. And I needed to get a permission slip. Now, our permission slips are as follows. Okay, there's a slip of paper, your parent signs it, they give you permission to go. If your parent gives you permission to go, you are automatically going on the field trip. If a teacher says he doesn't want you to go, if a teacher says that they do want you to go, it doesn't matter, because if your parent says you can go, you can go. That's how it works. So, there is a slip in the beginning where you put your class, you put your teacher, and then they approve or disapprove of the field trip. And this isn't to say if you can go or not, it's just allowing them to know that you're gonna be missing class. So it's kind of like you're just informing them that you're gonna be gone. So I had the field trip and I brought it to him and I said, oh, by the way, I walked up, hi, I'm going to the Linnea Theater Festival this Friday. This is my permission slip. He looked at me and he looked so surprised that I had the audacity to talk to him, and he scoffed in my face.
I'll think about it.
I said, and I was just stunned. I was shocked. I was like, oh, okay. And I told him, I said, this, like, I was like, I don't, like, this permission slip, like, I don't need, like, your signature isn't needed. Like, I'm doing this because it's nice. Like, this is a courtesy thing. And in my head, I'm thinking, you don't have to be such a dick. Like, I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. Like, I don't know why you're being so mean to me. And he proceeded to say
that again. No, say it again. No, keep talking back to me. No, I control your grade. No, keep talking back to me. You want to talk back to me? No. You can go talk back to other teachers. You can go talk back to all the other teachers that you have. But I control your grade. You know the reason why you failed your final? Because you missed so many days for soccer.
You guys, this was in front of the entire class. And then he proceeded to cuss me out, which I can't do on camera. But I was like, oh my God. Mind you, like, what? I am not trying to discredit the fact that he thinks I was talking back to him, especially because I said, like, I don't need his permission, his signature, but the way I said it was not talking back and it was not disrespectful in any way. But because he was so heated, I can completely understand why he probably construed it that way. So in his head, I probably was talking back to him, but any other person in the room would probably say that I wasn't. But I understand if he was angry about the fact that he probably thought I was saying that I don't need him and I was being disrespectful, but I swear on everything I have and everything that I am that I wasn't. I promise. I don't disrespect my teachers, and all of my years of being in school, I've never had a problem with the teacher. I love my teachers. It's hard being a teacher. Children are mean. And I always see kids being mean to their teachers and I'm like, why are you doing that? I'm like, what? So it's so crazy to me that I'm having this problem with this teacher. After that happened, I was like, what is going on? And I was just so angry that he cussed me out and that he was threatening me with my grade. And yes, he does control my grade, but I'm smart enough to get grades on my own, and I don't need him to allow me to get a good grade, because I can definitely get a good grade on my own. And so the fact that he was threatening me, saying that he controls my grade, was just insinuating that he could fail me if he wanted, not because I deserved it. And he said that I failed my final because I missed too many days for soccer. I missed one day of his class for soccer. I've had excused absences that I didn't participate in because I stayed in the class. And it was just so mean, and he said it in front of the entire class. And I remember I sat back and my friends that I was sitting with all looked at me and they were like,
what in God's good name just happened?
So I wrote down a list of everything that happened, and I went to my vice principal, told him everything, and he said, well, I can either have you sit in with him and talk to him. And I was like, no. I was like, I do not want to sit next to him. No, thank you. And then he said, well, I can have your parents come down and talk to him. And I said, I don't know about that one either. My parents will, what's the word, go ballistic on him. So then he just said, well, I'm gonna talk to him. And he said, do you want me to say your name or not? And I said, well, he's gonna know that it's me either way, so you might as well. And I was very nervous about the fact that my vice principal was going to go and talk to him, and he was gonna know it was me, because people have done that in the past, and the teacher, the teacher in question would call them out in class and make them cry in front of the entire class for going behind his back. And so I was just, oh my God, the past week has just been so exhausting. I've been so anxious. But, so that's what I knew. I knew to the point where I went up to and reported him to my vice principal. Little did I know that is not what happened. I mean, yes, that's what happened from my perspective, but there's so much more. So, this teacher decided that he was going to email my theater teacher, because I was going on my theater field trip, and tell her about the encounter. Mind you, if you watch my videos or you know me in person, I get a lot of detentions and Saturday schools, and it's all from my theater teacher. Now. Just because I get detentions and Saturday schools does not mean that I don't like her. I love my theater teacher so much. She is so sweet, and every time I've ever gone in detention or a Saturday school, it was my fault and it was my doing, and she's just following school policy. And I love her so much, and from what I know, she likes me too. So he decided to email her our encounter and basically was telling her she needs to not be able to go. So she emailed the email that she got from my teacher, my teacher that I'm having a problem with, and she emailed my dad. So my dad got this email of what happened, and he already knew that I was having problems with this teacher. And so he emailed back my dad emailed back to my theater teacher, basically saying, like, teachers need to have a level of professionalism at all times, and even if something were to happen where the teacher got angry or something, they need to be able to stay composed because they are a teacher. They have experience. They are older than the minors, the children that they are teaching, and basically was saying that the teacher and student interactions have not been okay, basically, and said that my dad and my mom were going to be going to the principal of my school and having a meeting with her, talking about how this teacher's actions can be reprimanded. My dad also decided to send a carbon copy of that email to the teacher, to him, my teacher that I've been having a problem with. And I found this out, and my anxiety, if it was here, it was now like up here. I was like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna die! I was like, no, like, this is what's happening, like, this is the day that I am digging my grave. I was like, I was like, this is how I'm dying. I was like, I'm starting to dig my grave because I'm not gonna survive the rest of the semester. And you think it ends there? No. So I was in class and we had not spoken for the entire week at all. So he came up to me because he saw that I was filling out a planner to go to the bathroom. And he came up to me and he said,
I do not hold.
Mind you, he was being very nice. Weirdly, oddly nice.
I do not hold grudges on my students. If I held grudges on my students, I would hate all of my classes by the end of the year. I should not have cussed you out. That was wrong of me. But I did not deserve the way you were treating me.
In my head, I'm thinking, the way I treated you? What? Huh? I am not trying to dismiss his feelings in any way because I do believe that he thinks that I was talking back to him and being disrespectful to him. I do think that he thinks that. And I don't think that he's bending the truth or doing anything like that. And I don't think that he's lying. My perspective is I was not talking back to him and I was not being disrespectful, and when he talked to me, I was responding, which I don't think he was used to people responding to him. I think that he was very used to yelling at his students and then just being silent into submission, which I didn't do. I responded to what he was saying to me, and I think that that was talking back to him. But of course, in every situation, there's gonna be your side and the other side, and it's not a matter of wrong or right sides. On both parties, your side is the right side. So yeah, that is what happened. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below as to what content you want to see next. And without further ado, okay, bye!